always thought the hardest part of my life would be asking the woman I'd love to marry me. I couldn't have been more wrong. My name is Ethan, and for 3 years, I believed I had found my forever. Claire and I had planned every detail of our future. We had already picked a wedding venue, discussed baby names, and even started saving for our first home together. There was just one thing I never questioned: her loyalty. One Friday evening, Claire excitedly told me she wanted to host dinner for some business associates from Japan. She said one of them, Kenji, had become an important client and wanted to introduce him and a few friends to me. Please make a good impression. She smiled. I always do. I laughed. What she didn't know was that my late mother's sister was Japanese. After my parents passed away, my aunt helped raise me for several years in Japan. I attended school there, celebrated Japanese holidays, and eventually became fluent in the language. Very few people knew that. Claire certainly didn't. That evening, everyone arrived looking elegant. The house was filled with laughter, glasses clinked together, and conversations bounced between English and Japanese. At first, everything seemed perfectly normal. Then I noticed something. Whenever they switched to Japanese, Claire would simply smile while Kenji translated. But after a few drinks, Kenji's friends became comfortable enough to assume I couldn't understand a word they were saying. One of them laughed. So was last night we're sneaking away for? Kenji grinned. It definitely was. Another friend raised his glass. His fiancé never suspected a thing. Everyone at the table laughed. My heart froze. Another guest joked, "You should just get married already." Kenji smiled proudly. Soon enough, when she leaves him, Claire lowered her head, trying not to smile. Every single word landed like a hammer. I didn't react. I kept eating. I asked if anyone wanted more food. I poured more drinks. The entire dinner, I acted as if I understood nothing. By the end of the night, everyone believed their secret was safe. After the guests left, Claire said she was exhausted and went upstairs. The next morning, Kenji came back alone to pick up a jacket he had forgotten. Claire was still asleep. As he reached the front door, I smiled politely. Then, in perfect Japanese, I said quietly, "You don't have to hide anymore." He froze. His face lost every bit of color. I continued, "You can keep your new fiancé. The wedding is off." For several seconds, he couldn't speak. He stared at me, realizing I had understood every conversation from the night before. Without another word, I walked past him, picked up the engagement ring from the table and placed it in Claire's jewelry box. I left a short note, "Don't look for me." Then I walked out of the house for the last time. My phone exploded with calls and messages before noon. Claire begged me to explain. She claimed it wasn't what it sounded like. She insisted it was a mistake, but there was nothing left to explain. I had heard the truth in the only language she thought I didn't understand. Sometimes the loudest lies are spoken in a language people think you're incapable of hearing, and sometimes the most powerful goodbye only needs one sentence: "You can keep your new fiancé." Then I never looked back.